Well, Spain is sending its most advanced frigate to Cyprus after a drone strike on a British base drew Madrid further into the Middle East conflict. The Cristóbal Colón will join French and Greek forces to reinforce air defences and assist in possible evacuations. Move coming amid tensions with Washington after President Donald Trump criticised Spain for refusing US access to its bases for Iran-related operations. Cullen filed this report for CNA from Barcelona.
Well, the diplomatic spat between the United States, Spain and Germany continuing on Thursday. A look at some of the newspapers here in Spain this Thursday. We have El País, which is saying that Pedro Sánchez stands against war, no a la guerra. Also, ABC here, ABC, is saying that the United States is looking at restricting visas and gas deliveries to punish Spain. We also understand that on Wednesday, multiple attempts made by the German Chancellor Friedrich Merz to get in touch with the Spanish Prime Minister to explain Germany's position after what happened on Tuesday in the White House at a meeting with Donald Trump. We heard the US President say that Spain was a terrible nation. He wanted nothing to do with it, threatening to cut off trade with Spain over the lack of support for the war with Iran. During that meeting, Spain perceived a lack of full-throated backing for Spain from the German Chancellor. Friedrich Merz did actually say, "We are trying to encourage Madrid to spend more on defence," a reference to the fact that Donald Trump wants to see NATO allies like Spain spend at least 5% of their GDP on their defence budget. On Wednesday, the Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez released a video message in which he reaffirmed his opposition to the war with Iran.
Y por tanto no vamos a ser cómplices de algo que es malo para el mundo y que también es contrario a nuestros valores e intereses, simplemente por el miedo a las represalias de alguno. Porque nosotros tenemos una confianza absoluta en la fortaleza económica, institucional y también diría moral de nuestro país. Y porque en momentos como este nos sentimos más orgullosos que nunca de ser españoles.
There was some support for the position taken by Madrid on Wednesday. The French President, Emmanuel Macron, did have a telephone call with Pedro Sánchez, showing his solidarity with Spain, especially in the face of threats of economic coercion. We also did hear the Spanish Foreign Minister speaking out against the position taken by the White House, denying claims made by Washington that it could use some of the air bases here in Spain and that Spain was going to cooperate militarily with the US. All of this shows a lack of coordination between the EU leaders when it comes to how to manage relations with the Trump administration, especially during a time of war. For CNA, I'm Cullen in Barcelona.